HooHooHooRobin.
Gotta say, one of our favorites in studio, Bill Burr.
Oh, Bill.
Very happy. You were just on the show, and I thought, we're not going to see him for a while. And you're back in New York.
That's right. I'm doing the night of too many stars. There's too many stars. Why do they keep putting more stars on the show? I would really be way more comfortable if it was night of too many douchebags. I would have been
I don't even know what you're doing.
I'm doing night. Can I get an echo?
Yeah, right.
Can I get an echo of this?
I
wish. Night of too many stars.
The world.
Scheduled to appear.
That makes me want to come out with like hula hoops on my arm.
Right.
And some sparkly outfit. Doing that,
a little talent competition.
Yeah, a little Doug Henning vibe.
Yeah.
I swear it's not even on the sheet. I really don't know what you're doing. Still.
Hey, Opie, maybe I just like you guys and want to hang out.
You were just...
That's true.
No, there it is. Night of Too Many Stars. Where's this going down there, Sam?
Well, I mean, there are way too many stars here.
Well, you got Jon Stewart, you got the Bill Burr,
How could you fit all of those stars into one building?
Carly Rae Jepsen.
You got Chris Matthews! Chris Matthews! Not of Too Many Stars.
Bill O'Reilly, Amy Poehler.
Wow. Tell Katy Perry I said hi. I saw her movie. I feel like I know her now.
That's like a bunch of presenters.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
Red Armisen, Bill Hader.
Where's this going to be?
This year's event will premiere on Comedy Central.
Nice.
Sunday, October 22nd.
That's great.
Here we go.
Hey, how was Inside the NFL? I got a lot of tweets saying, man, Bill Burr killed it on Inside the NFL.
Dude, those guys are the coolest guys. Just guys, locker room vibe. They were just hilarious. Just the ball breaking on that show.
Who's on that show? Phil Simms,
Chris Collinsworth,
right.
JB.
Oh, right, okay.
And then LT was a guest.
Yeah. He's nuts, right?
No, he's like genius. He's a genius.
LT genius. LT. You know, not many people say that.
Yeah, because people are haters and they're idiots.
Yeah.
And, you know, like, they have the stuff the guy did. You know what I mean? Everybody would have done if you had that level of cash. Yeah. But, like, one of the greatest things I ever heard was he was telling a story and he goes, what's the name of that team in New Orleans? And they're like, the Saints. And he's like, yeah. And he just keeps going with the story. It was the greatest thing I ever heard. It's like, he didn't even need to know. It's just like, I don't need to know that. Who are we playing?
Who's in front of me?
I'm creating mayhem.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, he is the greatest defensive player ever. He's the best I ever saw. And
he doesn't even know all the teams.
Just the brilliance.
Do you believe that he doesn't know the teams and all that, or?
Oh no, absolutely.
Really?
Yeah. No, because we were in the green room. I'm not trying to speak out of turn here. This isn't a bad story, I think.
Please.
He just in the middle of this awesome story, he goes, we were down in he's like New Orleans, and he goes, what's the name of that team in New Orleans? And somebody's like, Saints, yeah. So, well,
so amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, and I felt like such a nerd guy because I was just like, that was the biggest thing on doing that show was me feeling like not even being worthy to be there.
To be in the room with those guys?
I've done one other show like that. I did a stand-up at the baseball awards where they were giving out like the Cy Young. So they bring a comedian in because they're worried that these athletes are gonna,
probably they're a bunch of stiffs.
Yeah, no, dude, they're fucking hilarious.
No, when they're on the stage for some reason, like the ESPYs and all that.
Baseball awards. I remember it was the year Willie Randolph went from the Yankees over to the Mets.
Okay,
and he went up there, started telling stories, and started talking trash about how the Mets were going to kick the Yankees' ass. I'm coming for you, Joe Torre, and everybody's laughing. Dude, these guys were so funny. I was just sitting there enjoying the show, almost forgetting that I had to go on after. And then they're telling stories about being in the World Series and all that crap. And then I come walking up there like, hey, what's up with the Floby? Crazy. And you feel like you're this big.
Real men that are accomplished manly things.
Exactly. Zillions of people watching and they can just block it all out and hit a curveball. And I'm going to come up there with my stupid 5 minutes.
Did you do well?
I actually did all right, and I did okay, but was completely you didn't need me. It was so evident.
Yeah,
that you didn't need me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and inside the NFL, I just stayed in the wheelhouse. Stay in your wheelhouse. You're the moron from the stands that they brought in there.
Don't try to be one of the guys, commentators, or
right. So when we went to go pick the games, I wasn't going to sit there and be like, well, I like the corners in Seattle. There's no way I'm going to say that after somebody's wearing a Super Bowl ring is telling me why I think they're going to win it. So I would just said dumb stuff like,
That's great.
all right, Tampa, what they got a pirate ship at their stadium. That doesn't seem like they're taking it too serious. I'll go with the other teams.
That's perfect.
Yeah, so I just kept it like that. But like the amount of times I had to fight, I'm not worthy. Like throughout that whole show was.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, dude. Like beyond.
Were you starstruck a little bit because you're like a huge sports fan?
100%.
Yeah,
100%. And then they were totally down to earth, just shooting the shit with me, like I was like I played or something.
Right.
Oh man.
And no, they were the greatest guys, and they were just like, yeah, you let up, give them more shit, like saying like break people's balls or whatever.
They're gonna have you back, obviously, because
that's great, man.
Who knows?
God
Look,
damn, that's great.
Everyone said you did great.
Yeah, if they never do, it was the greatest time.
Now, you were about to say something about Joe Girardi right before we turned these mics on. I said, "Yo, save it for the air."
Oh,
you
okay.
got a take
Red
on that
Sox
whole thing?
fan hates the Yankees.
Of course.
I gotta tell you, that was the baddest move. It was like a Hollywood movie.
Yeah.
To pull a guy of over 600 home runs and sticking this other guy looks like he's like 90. I mean, and then he hits the tying and then the go-ahead home run.
Amazing.
Like it was, I can't think of a more gutsier call. To the point, I'm sitting there. I hate the Yankees. The next day, I'm sitting in a diner reading the story and I'm smiling ear to ear. I don't want him to win, and I was just like, dude, that was like.
Finally, someone that had some balls. But then he turns around.
That was a damned if you do, damned if you don't decision, and
it worked out.
And he totally.
But then he turns around. He puts A-Rod back in the lineup.
But he pushes him back to sixth, though. He kind of has to put him in
fifth, and then.
But why do you have to put the guy in? He's slumping so bad. What does he have? One hit in the series?
Two, I think.
Maybe two.
I'll tell you, like last night, he got a single, and everybody was cheering that he like he hit
that
a
he's
home
back.
run. Like he hit a home run.
Yay!
It was
Finally,
sarcastic. Yeah, it was all like, yeah, look at that. Hi, bloop one into fucking left.
Write him another check.
Yeah, exactly.
Even Yankee fans hate him.
Yes.
A lot of Yankee fans
don't like A-Rod.
have
always hated A-Rod.
Yeah.
We've never liked A-Rod.
Because he was never a fucking homegrown
No, he's
Yankee,
a Seattle Mariner.
Yeah.
He's a fucking Edgar Martinez,
Hilarious,
Jay
as
Buhner
opposed
Mariner.
to all those other homegrown ones.
Look, when you look at somebody though like Jeter and fucking Rivera when they came up, and they were.
I don't think it's about that at all, man.
Fucking Yankees.
I think it's more about he comes across very.
Nothing a Yankee fan hates more than a big name free agent.
Look,
oh, those sons of bitches! Your team's littered with them.
Look,
but that's not the Yankee fans' choice, though. That's what Steinbrenner did when he was out and Gene Michael ran the team. That's why that fucking dynasty was built.
I think
Steinbrenner's so overrated, it's ridiculous.
You're missing the point. I think it is that he comes across so fucking entitled is what people hate. All these guys are entitled, but they don't show it on their face. At every at bat.
Look, Yankee fans would absolutely love A-Rod if every time he went up, he did what is expected of a $200 million guy. They would love him, and there would be no worries that, well, he's not a homegrown guy. They wouldn't give a shit.
Exactly.
The bottom
line.
You're
right.
And what does that mean? He's got to bat what? Over 300.
Dude,
he's got to have at least 50
I've never seen a guy
homers.
more in his head. You remember when Jeter dove into the stands? Yeah. A-Rod's reaction, he had like a silent film reaction to it. He puts his hands on his head. And I almost think that he was trying not to show it. He probably was like going, I hope he's hurt so I don't have to stand next to him anymore. And my underachievement is so glaring. I think he was almost like trying to hide it, like with that whole, oh, golly gee, when he puts both hands on his head.
Yeah.
Who reacts like that? That's like that Home Alone thing. Nobody. Oh no! Like nobody does that.
I'll tell you what though. All right,
there we go.
Well, a little weird.
He swings and he misses, and then he snaps his finger. You ever see that?
Yeah.
Dang it.
He was hated before he came to New York. And Randy Johnson came to New York, didn't perform, remained hated. Kenny Rogers was hated before he came from Texas.
He's got great
Didn't
songs.
perform. Yeah, I know that, but he just felt like a kind of a country bumpkin showing up. And people hated him because he didn't perform. Chuck Knobloch was hated, and he came and did okay, and people liked him until he started throwing the ball to the fucking 50th row.
Yeah, right.
All of a sudden he forgot how to throw a ball.
Throw to first.
Paul O'Neill came in from Cincinnati. I think people loved him.
Yeah.
Fucking Scott Brocious came in. People loved him.
Paul O'Neill.
Yeah.
I saw Paul O'Neill like 3 different times swing. hits a fly ball, and you see him go, God damn it, as he's going to first, and it was a home run.
Yeah, but he meant it when he hated fucking up.
No, like 3 times. He would curse, and then it would actually be a home run. It was the funniest thing ever.
Well, we got Game 5 today, so you going to the game, man?
No,
Why not?
going tonight.
Oh, you got the red eye.
Yeah.
It's not 2-2-1. It's 2-3.
Yeah, they went 2-3 this year.
Yeah, 2-3. So 3 at the stadium.
That doesn't
it's down
seem
to one
too fair
game now
for the Orioles, huh?
It's down to one fucking game.
Well, Yankees had a better record.
Yeah.
But 2-3 is weird. They always went 2-2-1, right?
Yeah, 2-2-1.
But Travis says it's the travel day, I think.
But 3 games in a row at the other guy's place is a little rough, right?
Well, they took one.
Yeah, you should have won. more games.
Yeah.
Did it used to be that way though?
You should have taken that game in June a little more seriously.
Yeah. No, that's why I hate NBA.
God.
The NBA Finals is the worst thing ever. 2-3-2.
Right.
And the team with the worst record gets the 3 in the middle. So you basically give them home court advantage through the first 5 out of a 7-game series. It's the NBA. Well, players don't like to travel. That's the worst. When we go to play the fucking Lakers, we're out in L.A. for like 10 days. Sitting in a Ramada. They're out there, in their own jacuzzis. It's the stupidest thing ever.
Shit, yeah.
Wasn't it different when we were growing up? Me and Aunt were trying to remember that. Didn't they travel back and forth a lot more?
2-2-1-1-1.
It was, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. See, I was telling you that, Travis. It was 2-2-1-1-1 back in the day.
But didn't baseball used to be 2 and 3?
Wow.
Wasn't it? For some reason, I remember the Yankees-Mariners series years ago. 2 games in the stadium, 3 in Seattle. The Yankees were up 2-0.
What year is this, though?
95.
Well, I'm talking about the 80s.
No, but I mean in 95 it was 2 and 3 in baseball, and then they dropped 3 straight in Seattle. They were up 2-0, and they dropped 3 fucking straight games to the Mariners.
Yeah, no, 2-3-2 came about, I want to say, in the late 80s.
Right. 2-2-1-1-1 was way better.
It was more fair for the person with the better record. You want to have, if it's 2-3-2, you want the worst record. Because all you got to do is steal one. I'm not saying that's easy, but the thing is even if you lose the first 2, you still have home court advantage.
3 games.
Right.
Until you lose that 3rd game. Through 5 games, and you had a worse record.
Makes a lot of sense.
Wow, it burns me up.
If you lose the first, but Bill, if you lose the first 2, if you lose the first 2 on the road, then you can't possibly clinch at home.
Right.
Because you only have 3.
But my thing is, you still, to get back up to 3-2, you're playing 3 games in a row at home.
Yeah.
And if you steal one,
yeah.
If you win game 1 in a 2-3-2 and you got the 3 in the middle, I mean, okay, so now you're up 1-0. The next 4 games, 3 out of 4 are in your building, and you had a worse record.
Yeah.
Jimmy, I'm telling you, it's for the birds.
No one complains about this shit, though.
No.
Hockey was supposed to start, and, no one gives a fuck.
No one cares.
Hockey has a fear of success.
As you wear your Bruins hat. We should be at hockey games right now, and no one gives a fuck.
No one cares. No one even
I think it was supposed to start.
About it.
I think the games were supposed to start yesterday. And do you see anybody writing about it or anything?
Not
No one
in the
gives
news.
a fuck. They fucked
Right.
themselves.
No one.
They had all that momentum going.
Right. They already have it where, the Tom Brady and Brett Favre smash a stick over each other's heads and punch each other in the face. They already had that. That doesn't necessarily even happen with the stars, but people think it does. And, then you combine that with, doing what baseball did, canceling the World Series. I mean, they're saying that they might even not have a season. There's no way they're that dumb. There's no way.
Good.
You know what it takes to recover from that? Fans just get
They're still
angry.
far apart.
They lost me. They lost me for a couple of years. And what sucked was then they finally come back, and then who won? The Ducks won it, and Carolina won it, and I was just I didn't even know what was going on. The whole thing. I still don't get why they got rid of the red line.
I like that you got rid of the red line.
Dude, all you had to do was just make the lock or the trap, just make it an illegal defense like they did in the NBA.
Right.
Oh, that's too effective. Illegal defense.
What does that mean? I don't know what that means, red line.
Well, it made it harder to advance the puck when you had the red line.
Yeah, they were always blowing out fucking whistle.
You had to stay behind all the lines as you're moving up.
You couldn't have a 2-line pass. As you're coming out of your zone, there's a blue line and a red line. You had to pass it or carry the puck. You couldn't basically send it,
all the way down the ice.
Yeah.
Or a lot further down the ice.
Why'd they change that?
Just to make the game quicker.
Because of the effectiveness of the trap and the left wing lock, which was basically bringing a forward back to the blue line. Jimmy, this is common sense.
I don't like hockey I wish I
Jimmy
could.
feels exactly like you felt with those guys when he talks to you, because that's how you feel when you talk to Bill. Bill's very sports knowledgeable. You're very sports
hockey,
knowledgeable.
I don't know anything about. I've never watched a full hockey in my life.
Hockey's fun to watch.
Nah,
man.
I wish I hated it. I wish I enjoyed it.
Especially if you're there.
It's very it's a
great sport.
It's a very difficult game to get people into. When they watch it on TV, for whatever reason, I've never had a problem watching it, but like they finally got games on NBC again. It's like
and now
every
they're
time,
fucking it up.
Yeah,
you know
they
what
had
they're
everything
like? It's
going in their favor.
It's like one of those rehab shows. And every time they start playing that, he's gonna turn it around music. Then the graphic comes on. They had the relapse.
Oh.
Hockey relapsed.
Hockey is exhausting though. A lot of work to get a goal these days.
Yeah.
You used to see real plays when we were growing up in hockey.
It's one of the greatest old man sports you could ever play.
They're just poking at the puck the entire time, hoping for. There's a lot of luck in hockey. You would agree, right?
Yeah, but dude, it's one of the greatest old man sports you could play. All these guys going out playing golf, you're out of your fucking mind.
You're still playing?
I just took the game up 2 years ago.
I know.
I always wanted to play, but I had no. My parents weren't going to get up at 4 a.m. to drive me to the rink for some game they don't even watch. They didn't watch the game. Like you had to come from a hockey family.
You know this, right, Ant?
What?
You had to go to the rink at 4 a.m. There was the only time you could get ice time. We used to do that on Long Island.
I didn't know that, no.
Yeah, well, that's why the Canadians are so much better. They just walk outside and play. If you really are into the sport on Long Island or, I guess, Boston,
Canadians, they just dig a hole in their backyard and fill it with garden hose water.
And now they're playing
They have a
hockey.
rink.
When we were in high school,
Gretzky had a rink in his backyard.
Yeah. Wow. I saw that on
when we were in high school, we would
biography.
rent the rink at like 4 something in the morning, 5 in the morning, something like that.
What parent wants to do that?
Why only so early?
Because, I mean, prime time, they also had shit going on.
You had to go to school.
There just wasn't a lot of rinks.
Is really expensive.
Wow.
And there's just not enough rinks out there.
Who loves hockey that much to get up that fucking early?
We played like 11:30 at night till 1 in the morning, like once a week.
We play in the middle of the night.
Oh, you play now?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and you're still doing those weird hours.
Oh, it's great.
Can you skate?
Because I can skate. My stick handling is like texting while driving. A lot of looking down, looking up, looking down. And there's no way to get better at it other than to be on the ice, because they say, stick handle in your garage. It's just like, no, doesn't work.
Are you all right, though, compared to everybody else? Where are you?
I'm upper sucking.
Okay.
I took it up in like
but you're loving it.
2010. Yeah, you know what it is about skating is it doesn't kill your body because it's not the pounding,
Right.
and we don't hit or anything. It's a non-contact league. Not even a league. It's just a bunch of bums going out there on a whatever night, and you actually feel fast because your jersey's moving.
Your jersey's fluttering, so you're
gliding.
like, I'm doing all right here.
Yeah. So I can forwards, backwards, I can do that. But
you can backwards skate.
Yeah.
Nice.
When you get a little fucking action where you break away and you're driving toward the goal, are you just like feeling like, this is fucking great?
No, I'm always scared, like, because I know there's somebody just going to, the last seconds I bring my stick up, is going to hook my stick, and I'm going to miss the puck. I have, like, I redefine panicking with the puck. Like, I get it, like, pass it, shoot it.
That's great.
Have you scored at all?
Yes, I have, and it's the greatest feeling ever. What's funny was all those rink rats, they score, they don't give a fuck, it's not a league game. I score, it's like Lake Placid. I'm like, both hands up.
The fucking fist pump, one leg in the air.
The first time I scored, I did that, and then everybody laughed at me. I was like, all right, let's tone it down. I was like such a geek. I always wondered what that felt like. Oh, God.
Good for Bill Burr.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, yeah, no, I am. I'm the biggest nerd ever. So it's a great time. But I was actually wearing skates that I got in like high school. I had these Bauer Panthers. That, back then it was like literally wearing like a cinder block with a blade underneath it. So I finally broke down and bought a new pair. It's like wearing slippers, man.
Yeah,
they're unbelievable.
What are they all? Carbon fiber and
yeah. I don't know what
lightweight polymers.
They're
Remember how much your foot would hurt after you skated for a while?
Oh yeah. It felt like you were in misery.
Horrible.
Because the inside of a fucking skate was just a blister maker.
Yeah, it was all
nothing
hard
fitted.
shit.
Now they're all nice and fucking like you're wearing a sneaker, right?
It was like untreated leather.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was, but it was
terrible.
It was terrible. And your toes would get cold if you played outside. They didn't even have that figured out.
Man, nothing figured out.
I still don't think that they have that figured out.
Oh, no?
Oh, it's still fucking cold.
But they do have something now. They call them skate fenders, and you put them on your skates. That's for like, when people take slap shots and stuff. And, a lot of guys don't wear them. I guess those are considered.
What do you mean?
It's like this little, it's just a piece of plastic. It's for the side of your foot because your heel and your toe kind of have something hard.
Right.
There's nothing worse than taking a puck to the foot.
Right.
Oh shit! Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
you
To the
feel
side
like
of the foot.
you feel like you got shot. So, it's funny. You try to man up, but when you get hit, you try to get up, you go back down, and then you do this awful crawl off the ice. I'm good. I'm good. and
There's no way to look cool.
No, your night's
you
over.
take a puck to the foot.
Oh yeah, dude, and this is the thing too. Everybody's night's over when that happens.
Really?
Unless they were like a big time jock, they'll come back out. But if you're just some fucking accountant out there for the exercise, it's like, dude, I'm not going to try to get this giant foot in a wingtip tomorrow. I'm done. Night is over.
That's great.
Yeah. So they got these things that are called skate fenders. So I wear them, and I got a little bit of shit. I don't care.
Could you show me what it looks like? I really don't know.
What do you put them on extra on the outside of your shoe?
Yeah, actually, you wouldn't. They're clear. There they are, right there. Like the guys in the NHL wear them now.
Oh shit! Okay.
Yeah, it's the stupidest
like
thing ever.
skate
That
They're like spats for your skates.
yeah, but it's the dumbest thing ever that no one ever came up with something.
That's pretty smart.
Yeah. I guess like 10 to 15% of the injuries in the league are foot related from shots or something like that. So guys are starting to wear them.
You know how much it was hurt to have a fucking professional hockey player slam a puck into the side of your fucking heel?
Dude, they take him in the face.
Yeah. The old
They
school.
said
Yeah.
Chara, how fast he shoots it. It's literally like getting shot with like a .22 caliber to your foot.
He's 6'7", something like that.
yeah.
With skates, he's almost 7 foot tall on the ice. He's a
A
monster.
lot of leverage.
It's really funny.
Yeah,
to watch him.
they had to come up with this, they had to change how the legal size of a stick because the biggest one was still too small for him. So all of that torque.
Oh man, right? Yeah,
it's over.
Yeah, you're getting more fucking.
You never seen this guy?
No, man. Let me see him, Sam.
We used to have him on the Islanders.
But when you
Another player we gave up on.
there are guys that will actually block that shot when it's going that fast. Like I mean, with their sticks, like guys that will actually stop that.
They do the dive in front of the net. And,
No, I don't mean
and they'll
goalie.
take it.
I mean another player that will see that shot.
Another player.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they'll dive.
Yeah, they're nuts. If somebody in the playoffs,
They'll drop their
actually
whole
went down.
body down to block the puck before it gets to the goal.
By the way, we're the only show talking about hockey.
Yeah.
we're actually talking about hockey.
Yeah, but he makes it.
Please, I know.
Bill
it's
makes shit
fucking
interesting.
Great. Fun as shit.
That's shit we shouldn't be talking about. You're right, Ed.
No, it's fun as shit.
I want to show Bill Burr that video we all looked at. You see the latest viral video
on the bus?
It's your bit. It's a woman acting up, knowing that nobody would hit her.
Oh yeah. Oh Jesus. Okay.
Yeah.
Show Bill Burr this. Oh wait, the setup. Hold on, sorry. And it's on our Facebook page by now.
Full screen.
Yeah. Everyone's checking this out. This is the biggest video of the day. So you got a public bus in Cleveland, and the video picks up where there's
obviously there was a problem between this woman or girl, whatever, and the bus driver, and she's just getting in his face.
As he's driving the bus.
And so somebody flipped their cam on, and it takes
and you can
there.
tell it's your bit where she knows no one's going to fucking hit me. I can do whatever the fuck I want here.
Oh, this is hilarious. Okay.
Oh, boy. Oh.
Yeah, bitch. Girl, the queue on the bus at the food. You and your bitch.
I'll bring my daughter up in. I'll bring my granddaughter up in.
Okay, well, bring them, nigga. Bring your mammy up here, bitch, and I'll be her ass too.
Oh, shit.
Nigga, I dog that hoe too, nigga.
Look like somebody.
That girl's a riot. Yeah. Now she pushes him while he's driving.
Going to jail now.
Okay, what's up, nigga?
Watch this.
What's up, nigga?
You going to jail?
Oh!
She took it though. She
No
took
shit,
it.
she totally takes an uppercut that would knock anyone else the
That
fuck
must
out.
have been open hand.
It made a
You
smack
think he
sound.
might open his
Maybe
hand
it
for 1
was.
second?
He might have opened it. He came back from here.
Could you show the punch again?
Wow.
Because she fucking comes back
Show
on
the
the
punch
bus.
5 times, please.
No, it's way back. Isn't it? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Further.
No, further, Sam.
Oh, Sam, you stink. No.
Oh, wait,
that
was the freeze.
That looked close.
That was the
looked
freeze
close.
frame. That looked
It
closed.
looked close.
Yeah,
Ant described it like when you're bowling. That's where that punch came from.
when you're like, he came fucking back.
He gave her the old Earl Anthony.
Yeah,
Look at that. How the
can't tell.
fuck did she take this punch?
Oh, he got his hips into it too.
he did.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, man. Okay, here we go. It's frame by frame. What the fuck is this? Spruder film.
Yeah, but you can't. It's just
can't- it's
too
very
blurred,
hard
too far
to,
away.
Yeah. all
His
right.
fist
This is
is closed
flip phone.
there,
But he stops the bus because she pushed him as he's driving. And he goes, "You're going to jail now."
Because it looks like the bus jerks a little bit, like it affected him while he was driving.
It definitely did. That pissed him off. Go back a little to lead up to the.
Go back to the
here.
"You're going to jail now." Him getting up.
This is fucking
Come on, man. I want to see this.
Yeah, we'll play it through now. Sorry.
Exactly.
Face up. Did somebody?
Hey.
You going to jail now?
Okay, let's
You
go,
going to
nigga.
jail
Let's
now?
go, nigga.
You going to jail?
Throws her on the bus and throws her off.
Throw the shit out.
Wow.
She comes right back at him. This hood rat is fucking unbelievable.
That's a fucking female.
I don't care. She want to be a man? I'm going to treat you like a man.
Oh, that should be music played right there.
Yeah, it's your bit, Bill.
It should be music
It's your
played.
bit, basically.
Wow.
It should be
You're going to
music.
act like a man. I got to treat you like a
I'll
man.
treat you like a man.
Oh, he yanked her weave out and everything.
Oh, he fucked
I didn't see
her
the part
up.
where he's strangling her. When
Yeah.
she came back on the bus, he had his hands around her throat.
I thought she was coming at him. He was pulling her off by her weave. Threw her off the bus. I think he held on to it because she's got a lot less hair there now.
Yeah,
I think he threw her into the door, like
into the little doorwell area.
Into the doorwell because
Well, he was throwing her stuff too. I bet you he opened the door when he stopped the bus because he started throwing her stuff down too.
Yep.
He was throwing it off the bus.
this guy's so fired. So
definitely.
fired.
Definitely.
Yeah, because they're going to say you should have got off the bus and called police.
He had a case until he fucking gave her the uppercut.
He fucking
Holy
punched her,
fuck.
man. Wow.
That's one of those in a perfect world.
Yeah.
You could have that. If you want to act like a man, you're going to get... If somebody hits you first...
Right.
And then I love that. That's a female! Oh, you mean the one pushing me while I'm driving a bus?
Right.
Yeah, with you on it,
I
you
could have
dummy.
drove into traffic because of her. You mean her?
The one I said like 15 times, just
Yeah.
sit down, sit down. Yeah, no, he's going to lose his job.
He will lose his job.
Finish it up.
Go back slightly. So,
But I'll tell you, in my America...
That's good. Good.
And she takes a poke at him.
Pulling her hair.
You going to jail, bitch. Yes, I am. I'm on the. You're going to jail, bitch. Fuck that. You're going to jail, bitch. My nigga gonna beat the brakes off you, bitch.
Oh, shit.
I be hand my dad, nigga. Up there.
Oh, man.
But you know something? A person like that, it's like, where is your... I mean, I didn't see what started the fight, but
Right.
like, where is your own like personal responsibility that you escalated it to a physical confrontation?
Yeah,
by
the bus
your
driver
actions?
doesn't punch everybody that walks on the bus, so obviously she did something to rile him up.
Right.
Yeah, whatever happened, she took it to a physical level.
Yes.
She brought it into that arena. He stepped into the arena and she lost, but now he's going to go to jail, which he would.
yeah. I would guarantee.
She'll probably sue.
Yeah.
The bus company.
And she'll get her
state.
fucking boyfriend or whatever. It's like,
She's gonna get a good payday out of that, even though she probably caused the whole thing.
unless she pushed him before that.
We don't know what happened before the guy started
And
filming.
the only thing that anybody has to say is the fact that, well, you don't hit a woman. That's it, period. There's no other thing like, well, she didn't escalate it that far. She didn't deserve that.
Right.
It's just the fact that men don't hit women. That's it. Other than that, it's a perfectly good hit, you know?
Dude, this is fun. Like the first comment, people are such idiots. This guy writes, or somebody wrote, when a female acts like man, don't be discouraged. Womanly rights cannot save you now. All one sentence. Thank you.
Thanks, Mr. Literate.
And then
Is there any
wrote,
follow-up on this? Like, can we find
Not
out
yet.
maybe something's happened?
oh, you don't need any follow-up. Let's just read the comments.
Yeah, what are some of the comments?
Oh, I'm sure they get nasty 2, 3 down.
Yeah.
The bitch deserved it. The bitch fucking deserved it. That's what she gets. All right.
I agree.
Wow, a lot of people
Fred
agree.
Sanford would have been proud.
Is that really on there?
Fred Sanford. Yeah, he was always threatening.
Should have fucking shot her instead. Dread dumb bitch.
Because she was fucking awful. There's no way that bus driver started the fight driving his route. Some chick who walks on, he just starts fucking with it. And guarantee that didn't happen.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say that chick is tough as hell.
Oh,
That
fuck
is a
yeah.
tough chick. That's why
pretty
I was
amazing.
thinking she might have been hit already. Like, she might know that mouthing off like that will get you hit.
Well,
She
I
come
don't
back
know,
from a
man.
great punch.
She's got a
No.
strong jawbone.
When she was talking, like, you knew this girl's been in a bunch of fights. I knew she wasn't afraid.
Right? Yeah.
But I was amazed that she could take. That would have crumpled.
Uppercut.
Dude, he threw her off the
absolutely.
bus
Your
physically
teeth
by her
would
hair.
shatter in your fucking head. He connected that snap sound and then throws her off the bus. She comes right back poking at him, like trying to hit him again.
He just couldn't take this cunt mouthing off anymore and
No.
fucking touching him.
No.
He was right to hit her.
Fantastic.
I think that's okay to do if it's just a political disagreement. The way you handle it. Yeah.
I saw a poll.
Dinner's
People
cold.
saying Ryan did win the debate, Anthony.
Yeah.
Who's Ryan?
Paul
point.
Ryan. Yeah.
The VP
Vice
guy.
President
You guys
candidate.
watch that shit? It's fucking hilarious.
I watched it because Biden was hilarious.
Biden was funny.
He had a shit-eating smile the entire time.
Was laughing during
It was
the whole
laughing as Paul Ryan's trying to make real points.
And he's
That's
just
why I
laughing.
watched.
Old school politician.
Yeah.
Oh.
You voting, Bill? You don't vote.
No, I do vote.
Oh, you
I don't
vote?
vote for those guys.
But you vote for the other guys.
Yeah, I vote for the other
Like
guys.
local guys?
I'll vote for like a libertarian, or I'll vote for the one rogue guy that his own party doesn't like. I vote for those guys.
Gary Johnson, I think his name is.
Yeah.
Yeah, New Mexico.
I don't even know who I'm going to vote for. I make my decision in the final couple. I just
In
go
the
on-
booth.
No, not in the booth. I just look at clips and I wait for that one guy who just sits there going like, these goddamn bankers.
That's my man.
These corporations have made a lot of money off this war, but the guys who say stuff like that, I'm like, all right, here's a guy who's actually sort of in the ballpark of what's going on, as opposed to 1,000 points light, trickle down, everybody, applesauce and health insurance for everyone.
Everybody must do their share.
I think America is it's a great country, and the founding fathers.
They fucking sit there and watch that for 9 hours as they sit there, and when somebody gives them a great jab in the debate, then you do that fake laugh. Somebody just trashed you, and rather than being like, this motherfucker, having that look on your face, you have to be like, and you take out your pen going, fuck, how many more minutes?
Start jotting something down on that legal pad. Oh, Jesus Christ, he got me.
I only saw a couple of clips of the Obama one, and
I got his ass kicked.
I think he literally approached that debate like, Jim, you ever go and audition for something and you're like, I don't want to get this, I just need the reps. You know
Every
what I mean?
single thing I've ever auditioned for, apparently.
It's like some pilot that has like stars like a horse, and you're like, there's no way this thing's gonna get picked up. So you just kind of go in there and half-ass it. You don't care if you don't get a call back. That was his vibe, like almost like, you know what? 4 years of this insurmountable mess. You want to pick it up and say, hey, these are my wars, and I'll fucking solve it. It's unsolvable. You need bloodshed to turn this one around, people.
That's what I said earlier, yes.
Bloodshed.
You're right.
Yeah, which isn't going to happen. Well,
No.
what's going to happen is the bloodshed will be people in the streets. Rather than, no, you need to go over the gates of the gated communities. You need to get those
that's
people
where the bloodshed needs to be.
with their $4,000 napkins around their neck, looking up from some type of special crab that you didn't even know existed.
Well, when you
The Illuminati shellfish.
I was saying, though, when you get some, the idea of protesting and revolution in this country is yelling that a police officer put pepper spray in your face and put a zip strip around your hands, and that is the worst possible thing that could happen to people. They need to know that real, true revolution comes in the form of people getting their heads cracked open, blood in the streets.
Oh, no, it's bad. It's bad. Like, and all those lives are already lost, and then you kind of gave everything. But like, all the sweatshop labor, people used to protest, get killed. Literally, they would bring in the army and they would shoot them, and then eventually they're like, all right, I guess we have to pay you minimum wage. But then, I mean, this is all just from some fucking idiot here, but I feel like unions literally became what they were fighting. And then they became, because like my image when I think union, especially doing some theaters, is just somebody just sitting there in a fucking chair and just being like, well, we gotta have 19 guys to handle the stage,
getting a huge amount of money, and doing
they
what
don't
you
have
said,
the fucking decency to just go hang in the back. I don't want to see you. They just sit there.
I shot in Cleveland, and nobody shoots in Cleveland, and that cock-sucking union rep. It's like, first of all, they weren't that good because they don't do too many shoots there, and I had to do just a quick lighting thing for my clothes, and the guy's like, we gotta get the guy down from the rig, and then Ryan Polito, the director, was being very nice. He goes, could you just give it a couple more, because the lighting cues, the guys weren't doing anything right.
You weren't ready
And this
yet.
fucking cock-sucking hunk of shit union man just wouldn't bend. And it's like, that's why nobody wants to shoot in your fucking city. That's why. Because it wasn't we needed to take advantage of these guys. It was they were just being unreasonable pricks. Yeah. And that's Bill's exactly right.
Basically, 95% of human beings cannot handle a position of power. They just become assholes. And like, not all my friends, but a lot of friends, wanted to get a state job or wanted to get a union job for the specific reason is that they didn't want to work.
How is that?
I want a job where I don't have to work.
Yeah.
It's like, well, become a comedian. What I'm doing is harmless. Somebody doesn't have to pay me and then I come out on stage and be like, nah, I'm only required to tell 3 jokes in 20 minutes. Sorry.
Yeah.
And I just sit there with my legs crossed.
It really has become where they're what they were fighting against. They bully people into giving them more money. They're not unbending for the most part.
Right. But having said that, you gotta if you don't have unions, you will have sweatshop labor. So it's just that I don't know. It gradually people got spoiled.
Yeah. But if you're not a union, if you're not doing a union job, they'll stand outside and wreck and
the giant rat, the giant inflatable rat will be in front of your place. Yeah.
They've become unreasonable.
Yeah.
You want to know why we're in Afghanistan?
Sure.
Because we were doing the politics thing there for a second, and Mike needs to get in here. Mike, go ahead, buddy. We have Bill Burr in studio, by the way.
Oh, hey, I want to tell you something right now. I want to laugh when I watch people respond to this staged, fake theater that we call the debates. This thing is such a fraud. This thing with Al-Qaeda and terrorism is getting long in the tooth, and I wish somebody would just come out and say, look, we're in Afghanistan for the opium, man. Look it up, AP, Reuters. It's there. Just type in Army cultivating opium in Afghanistan.
You're running for office? Bill would vote for you.
Why do we need their opium?
No, it's got to be something that's tethered to something I can relate to. I don't know what the
banking industry.
Why do we need the opium?
Afghanistan produced 20% of the world's opium in the year 2000. Now they're producing 97% of the world's opium. The United States Army has a green thumb, man. They're over there getting the money. It's all about the money, the opium. It's the opium, man. Nobody wants to talk about this.
Yeah. There's a reason nobody wants to talk about this.
Yeah, it's the opium.
Silly, sir.
Why do we need so much opium?
Yeah.
The drugs make the world go round, man. It's the drugs are what's making the police state possible. I'm a truck driver. I drive around and I see cops driving around in their $70,000 outfitted Tahoes all day, ripping people's cars apart on the side of the road every day, all day. I see it 24 times a day. It's sick. It's sick. This is such a fraud.
Sir, this is where I get confused. How do I debate somebody who thinks that we're fighting in Afghanistan to take the opium?
Yeah, and I don't understand why, if I don't like the debates, that automatically means that I'm this far down the rabbit hole.
That's true. The rabbit hole. That's true, though.
Well, that's the thing. Like conspiracy theory. Like I only get to a certain point. I don't sit here and think, the moon's made out of cheese.
Yeah.
This country came about through a conspiracy. You realize that. So all conspiracy theory isn't just moronic thought.
That's right. A bunch of guys got together, said the single place, let's fucking separate ties, and you're right.
Our founding fathers, if we lost that, they all would have been hung for treason.
That's true. Yes.
But because we won, they're considered revolutionaries.
The heroes.
Yeah, which they are.
Yeah.
Which they are. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, my side of the story. But over there in jolly old England,
they're not quite heroes. They're traitors.
They're traitors. They were. They went against the Queen.
Yeah.
So no, I'm like that guy. That's one of those guys. That's why I don't bring up conspiracy theory in bars. Because
that's the one that everyone that's the guy everyone hears from.
Well, that was like a bad movie where it just went from one thing with another thing with no real plot points.
Right. Well, no, man. We got Big K, Stevie in Chicago. Stevie.
Oh, shit. Just a second. Let me turn off my...
this guy agrees with Mike, who's still on the line.
Really?
Hell yeah. Okay, so basically, Mike was kind of right. That's one component of it, but really the big thing in Afghanistan is they're trying to break China's monopoly on rare earth minerals. These are basically things that go into the chips that run your cell phone, computers, and everything like that. rare earth minerals. Afghanistan has a ton of rare earth minerals and shit that you can put in batteries, shit that you can put in computer chips. All this stuff is really hard to get out of the ground, and in all of the places except
Why is it
for
hard to
China.
get out of the ground? Just dig for it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. I mean,
What is
like,
that?
there's they
It's
like
not our
mine
country.
coal. For instance, in mine coltan and like Central
go there
Africa,
with that
and
part of
everything
it.
like that.
Just go there with the shoulder.
But it's hard to get it out of there because there's no supply chain.
But what about the opium?
From opium is there. I mean, like that's an old school like
Obsterium.
reason to be there. I mean, like.
So you're saying that the other guy is wrong. He's totally wrong, the other guy.
Well, I mean, like.
If he's saying opium and you're saying minerals, that's not the same thing.
Rare earth minerals. I've heard about the rare earth minerals. Very valuable. China does have a lot of them.
I mean, like China's.
All right, listen, thank you. I got to go to the soldier who really wants in on this. Mike's still on the line, Josh, who's a soldier in the Army. What's up?
Hey, Mike, you motherfucker. You're going to tell me that I was walking around Afghanistan and had soldiers killed for fucking opium? You cocksucking piece of shit. Is that what you're telling me?
I didn't ask you to go. No fucking Afghani or Iraqi ever bothered me, asshole. Don't fucking try to get me
I'm doing my fucking job, man. Listen, I'm doing my fucking job defending this country. I'm doing my fucking job defending this country.
This is great.
And you're telling me that my mission
Is this the Biden-Ryan debate?
You are a henchman for a bunch of corrupt politicians, you fuck, you baby killer. That's what you are.
Oh,
yeah.
What a hack. Mikey.
Boo,
What a hack.
Mike.
Mikey.
Boo.
Hey, do you know how you kill babies, you motherfucker? You don't need them so much.
Oh, fuck, Josh.
You just don't lead him so much.
But Mike, my
we're
baby
defending
killer?
you.
Oh, boo.
Yeah, man.
Boo.
You know what? This is like when cops say, oh, we go out and protect the people every day. You know what? I never asked any fucking cop to take that job.
I bet you call 911 the second something happens, though, to you or your family. Who's going to protect you?
I'm going to go back to all my
You know what I love about all of this?
Yeah.
Opium and minerals. How about that?
Like, how does he expect this? Like the opium guy. How does he expect for the soldier to hear what he's saying if you come at him the way you're coming at him?
Right.
That's like that's
No
like
one's gonna
every
listen.
debate on the internet. I'll tell you why, fuckhead. It's like somebody is at that point is gonna be open-minded. If
let me listen to this reasonable fellow.
Yeah, why don't you be like, listen, I respect where you're coming from, but I just feel that's a better way to listen to have somebody listen to
You try to say you can't start your point with, let me tell you something, fuckhead.
Dude, everything on the fucking
That's
YouTube.
every argument. You're right.
Yeah. Every fucking.
You know what? I gotta listen to this guy.
Yeah, gee.
You can't have an open statement
give
like
him
that.
the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
Hey, can I the truck driver, Mike, who doesn't ask the cops? So you would not call the police if you were in trouble?
Fuck no, I wouldn't call the police, man. Hell no, I live in Arizona. We all carry without permits, man. If you're unarmed in Arizona, there ain't no problems in Arizona. I don't even have police in my neighborhood, man. Cops don't even patrol my neighborhood. We take care of ourselves. We are our own police force when we're allowed to have fucking weapons. Do you understand that?
This is Mikey's soundbite.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
I like
We're our own police. The Army's got a green thumb. He went right down. Baby killer.
Baby killer.
Hey, how do you feel about the way they're handling immigration in Arizona aggressively?
Hey, I say keep on trucking.
I don't care if there's immigrants here. Who gives a shit? We should all be lucky enough to go to the store and be able to get a loaf of bread and a gallon of milk and some gasoline that doesn't cost $12 fucking a gallon, man. I don't care who wants to come here. The problem in Arizona that people have with immigrants in Arizona is they don't want to assimilate. Don't come to Arizona and fly your ugly ass fucking Mexican flag, man. You're here. You risk your life crossing the fucking desert.
Once again.
Wait, hold on a minute. Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Why do you have any kind of an affiliation or loyalty to the American flag if our military is just a bunch of baby killers and this country represents starting a war just to get opium? Why would you feel any connection to the flag which would make you feel disconnected to the Mexican flag?
I don't. Our country's been hijacked, man. Our country's been hijacked. I'm loyal. I love the Constitution. That's what it's about. This country is just a shell of what it used to be. We've been hijacked by banking cartels.
The Jews.
You guys want to talk about,
that's what he's getting at.
No, he isn't. What he's saying here. Now, this part here, this little sliver here, this little sliver.
Little tidbit is
little sliver,
enticing you a little bit?
Yeah. I mean, this is one of the reasons why I don't watch the debates, because I don't have money to pay for an $8,000 plate of fish and chips.
What's that?
So I can get into one of those guys' ears.
Right.
And be like,
yeah, listen, there's a dam that needs to be built, and we would like to do that. We would like to do that and charge 10 times what it costs, so I can get $8. Yes.
Yeah.
But opium guy, even if you make a valid point about something, you sound like a lunatic when you just call up yelling that we're just fighting in Afghanistan for opium, and the soldier calls in and you yell baby killer. It's like, come on, it's not 1967, dude. That's just, you sound dumb when you do that, even if you're making a good point.
Yeah, and you're acting like the soldier made the call. Some some private in the army. All right, we're going to Afghanistan on my say-so.
Yeah. I'll fix your baby bayonets.
Yeah, and meanwhile, no one's ever said, like, the soldiers over there probably have an idea of what it's about, because they would be told, all right, look, secure this opium field. Don't let anywhere near the opium.
Yeah.
But, no soldiers are coming back and saying it's all about opium. No one has said that but you.
You know what? Let me tell you something. Why don't you research the Pat Tillman death a little bit?
I know everything about the Pat Tillman death, sir.
Yes.
What seems to be odd
what's your
about
angle
it?
on that?
Pat Tillman got fragged in the face because he told his brother he was going to come back and expose the whole deal with heroin. The United States government couldn't afford to have their gold.
How do you know that?
Yeah, how do you know that?
Were you there?
Yeah, hey, Mike. Hey, Mike, I'm going to go right across the street to the home of Special Forces and let him know you said that. How about that, buddy?
Oh.
I'm going to...
Bring it on! Dude,
Mike, how do you know that?
I want to know how you know.
How do you know the inside of the Pat Tillman death?
I watched the 2-hour program where they interviewed the family members and the brothers. That's how.
Okay.
I heard that from the brothers.
He was killed with thermite paint.
Yeah, well, the family might, have a personal, be personally vested in this thing where, they're looking for more of an answer than just friendly fire during a firefight.
Right.
And if there's something that sounds like it gives a little more reason to his death, they might grab onto that, even though it might not be completely accurate,
Tillman got fragged in the face, and then the coroner ends up dead in a mysterious way when the coroner was going to say this isn't how he died.
Wait, what was the mysterious way?
Yeah.
Well, the coroner said that he got shot from 200 yards. He was fragged at
But what happened to the coroner?
I don't know how the coroner...
You said he died in a mysterious way.
Yeah, what's mysterious?
Because
this is where conspiracy shit gets out of hand.
You just heard it was mysterious, so you're saying you're repeating mysterious.
If you're just repeating what you heard, say
This is what you got to do with conspiracy people. You don't allow them to just say stuff like that. Why did he die in a mysterious way?
Piano fell on his head. It was they were bringing it up with a pulley through a window. And
why are you saying that?
And did he realize that a 200-yard shot is not very long?
You're not answering the question.
How
did the mysterious? I'm sorry, Mike. How did the coroner die?
He died in a car crash, and
that's not mysterious.
How is that mysterious?
Very mysterious.
My dad died in a car accident.
Well,
it wasn't mysterious.
Opie, what are you getting at? It's very mysterious.
Obviously, he knew something about fucking opium.
Tillman,
conspiracy guy. How is that mysterious?
Single car accidents are kind of strange.
They're not that strange. They happen
all the time.
So common.
Was this guy a drinker, or did he fall asleep behind the wheel?
Was it an icy
road?
Was
he texting?
I don't know.
Okay, then.
Did he have shitty windshield wipers?
He said it. He finally said it.
I
don't know.
Thank
you, sir.
So that means he didn't die in a mysterious way as far as you're concerned.
Yeah, it was a single car accident.
But that's what conspiracy people do all the time. That's what you got to stop.
That's why Ventura got so pissed off.
That shit.
Always, and they can't handle follow-up questions.
And all you do is go, what do you mean by that? Meaning, give me more info. And they never have more info.
So he died in a single car accident.
And maybe it was mysterious, but this guy doesn't know. He's just repeating something he said.
Someone said it was mysterious, and you repeated that, and now you're saying it's a single car accident. I find nothing mysterious about that.
Right.
How about this, then? How about this? How about when the Soviets are in Afghanistan fighting the Afghanis? They're called Afghan freedom fighters, and when the United States comes there, they're called Taliban.
Because, well, you know what? The Japanese were our sworn enemy, and now they're one of our strongest ally. As time goes by, alliances change, sir.
We're as full of shit as every country.
Exactly.
When it comes to defining our enemies and our friends, every country has self-interest, is self-centered, and defines in a positive way their allies, and in a negative way their enemies. That's every country is equally full of shit in that way.
From Baby Killer Jimmy.
Can you guys at least just admit that there's something fishy going on? At least that.
No, you can't downgrade from we're over there to get all the opium, and Pat Tillman knew it, to, hey, can you guys admit there's something?
Oh, my God, Tillman knew!
Yeah, I have a little suspicion all the time. I don't believe what the government tells me. Completely.
I believe everything the government tells me.
Of course not.
They have no motive to lie.
It keeps me happy and safe and warm inside to just believe the government.
But what Jimmy says is a good point. From what you're saying to something fishy, that's a big fucking... There's a lot of room in between those.
Yeah. Really downplayed his initial argument of baby killers and opium and Pat Tillman, too. Something's fishy.
Let me ask you, Mike, and I'm not even shitting on you.
Fraud, man. Terrorism is a fraud.
Mike, no, hold on, Mike. Let me ask you a question. Why do you automatically take the word of Pat Tillman's grieving family? That to you becomes absolute and the law. But every report from soldiers...
Bill's tapping out.
Every report from soldiers or whatever means nothing.
Yeah, no, it's just like it's nothing. We've established this guy is just going to make giant statements that he can't support.
But I still like to...
This is like watching a Van Halen drum solo.
No, don't you dare.
Trying to hang in there.
Don't you dare drag Alex Van Halen.
I used that one on the drummer.
Yes.
Fuck.
Maybe the guy from
you like drum solos?
The outfield. If they're done correctly, yes.
Who does it correctly?
Alex is one of them.
Really?
John Bonham.
Well, Bonham was amazing.
I love that fucking video you put up with that guy doing the double bass with the fucking tom. Who's making?
Oh, Mike Johnston. Dude, that guy's sick.
That was fucking cool as shit.
He actually he's made a name as a
YouTube drummer.
No, as a drum instructor. No, he's huge. He's
really
huge now, and but he just did one recently where he was going to do a drum track. He said for the smooth jazz artists, and he goes, "I know they don't like the term smooth jazz, but until you come up with another term, that's what it's called." And he goes, "I actually like this music, dude." And he's one of those rare guys that has this like unbelievable level of chops, but then can be musical with them, because a lot of guys who just sit there and they get their chops up. They become like they're just this robot.
Technical, yeah,
and he's not like that. He's a phenomenal player.
That double bass thing was so fucking cool, though. It sounded like
Mike'sLessons.com. That guy, he's unbelievable.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
We lost both guys. We started talking about drumming, and they're like,
creepy. No, by the way, that guy right there like gives like a bad name. That's the guy right there where they'll say this is a conspiracy theory. Like that's who they get like defined.
That's the face of conspiracy.
But it's fun to break those guys down because even though he's a very extreme case, the way they latch on to something, like if he had valid, this is why I think that, this is why I think that, but with most conspiracy theorists I've spoken to, they fall apart very quickly because they're throwing out these emotional things.
All they do is pick and choose what suits their theories.
No, it starts with a valid thought. The valid thought is that on some level you're not being told the full story.
Right.
But then where it falls apart is that you research stuff, from the other side of the globe in your underwear at your laptop, going to YouTube and watching and then you start watching okay, let me watch a documentary on this, and it's and the whole it's not a documentary. It's an op-ed piece disguised as a documentary. Documentaries are just supposed to present a subject, and by the end you're supposed to be, maybe this, maybe that.
No, you're discounting what you don't believe in, and you're putting as gospel things that you want to believe.
That bit I used to do is then everybody has their angle. Both people who are saying I believe what the government's saying, and those who don't, and then everybody goes on the internet and goes to I'mRight.com. Basically looks up shit that supports their argument, and then they just sit there screaming at each other. And I know this because I did it.
Sure.
If you listen to this show fucking 3-4 years ago, that's where I was at, and I just, after a while, I was just like, this is fucking stupid. I still know I still don't. I still think get corporate guys and all them are the real people that that these guys who are running for office have to basically suck up to. And but I mean, I don't sit there at this point and even remotely think that anything that I'm thinking is the undeniable absolute truth.
Right. You'd be silly to.
Everybody bats 500. We bat 500. We're right half. Most reasonable people, right half the time, wrong half the time. And it's like anybody that is so stuck on any ideology.
I'd be lucky if I'm hitting 225.
But you know what I'm saying?
I'm eighth in the order.
Anyone fucking married to their ideology so hardcore, I believe what I believe, is a dumb motherfucker to me.
Yeah.
Because that means they're good. That's one thing I like about the fact that Obama sent troops when he said he wouldn't. He didn't want to send those troops. He didn't want to send 30,000 fucking people. But somebody told him something, and he figured it was best to do it.
He started up the convertible. That's what it was.
I like the fact that he did it.
There you go.
That's fucking great. And by the way, that guy was just starting to say terrorism's a fraud.
Yeah. Right.
If that would have gotten into the 9/11 shit, it just would have been.
Because you know where he's going to go with every thought, and that's what makes him boring.
A couple things really fast. Lithium is what they're after, right? That's the big mineral.
Lithium? Dilithium crystals?
Yeah. And then someone's like, why wouldn't the government just buy the rare minerals from the Taliban? They can make a really good deal with those guys.
You can't do business with the Taliban. That's terrible.
But I mean, why wouldn't you just buy it from the locals if it's that valuable?
From the warlords?
Or work out
like
something.
A good warlord.
We would have done what we usually did. We would have said, all right, we'll build you a dam.
Right,
do that thing.
And then we got to be in charge of it.
Yeah, well, then we're there. We're like a virus, and then we get our base there to protect you. We would have gone that route.
You're defaulting on your loan. We gotta take possession of the dam we built you.
A lot of military guys checking in too. Dustin goes, Mike, you're full of shit. We did this shit because pussies like you won't.
Oh.
That's another great way to get non-people in the military to listen to your opinion.
Pussy.
Hey, fuckhead, you don't have the balls. Oh, now I see your point.
Fuckhead is the worst way to address somebody.
There's so many of them.
Even if that's their name, you shouldn't say it.
Hey, Mr. Fuckhead.
Yeah. Hey, FH. Just keep it nice. Keep it clean.
Well, we're going to break. Bill Burr's here. Bill, what are you promoting? I know you don't come in here just to promote.
I'm promoting with our book, Cheat, A Man's Guide to Infidelity, which is doing very well.
It's actually doing very well.
We were up to number 44, and if today, if we can keep selling the books, then we'll actually be considered a hit.
It's actually 14th in parenting and relationships, 14th in humor.
Parenting.
Just can't break that 14.
And then 18 in humor and entertainment. I don't know. They have a lot of subcategories, but it's definitely doing well. Cheat, A Man's Guide to Infidelity. You can get it in
same
all the
way
usual
like
places.
Community colleges are number one.
Rank themselves, right. Yeah.
Number one in people wearing overalls to class. Subcategories, yes.
All right, we're going to continue with Bill, and we got Playboy Playmates next.
Oh, boy.
Don't they want to be in Playboy, these girls?
Is that what the deal is?
Yes.
Oh, really? They're not in Playboy, so maybe they will do a little something today.
Yeah. Ba-da-da-ba.
Right?
Ba-dee-da-boo.
You could see which one is the best.
Yeah. You know how bad I want to go back in time just for one day. Just
to
be
the old
just to be the MC.
At a burlesque show?
Fucking rim shots.
Would you be the drummer?
No, I want to be the guy standing up there in the
but you
tuxedo.
like drums too, though.
Ladies and gentlemen.
They come in and they kiss me on the cheek and I go, Zowie, okay? just put on like 40 pounds, awful mustache.
No, ladies and gentlemen.
You're just a sweaty mess up there.
Yeah. Dude, you could actually shoot that video in Dangerfield. I was performing there last night.
Really?
Still the same fucking red carpet.
That's a tough room, man.
I used to love Dangerfields, man, but they don't protect the comics if you're being heckled. Like, I didn't feel comfortable there because no matter what an audience member does, their scene is right. And that drove me fucking crazy.
Why would they do that?
I don't know.
Jim was the one who got me. Like, Jim was the first guy from our generation that actually went in there. I went in there one time and it was like stuck in time. Yeah. And there was these fucking comics that you never even heard of. And they were on in front of like 3 people. It was just bitter as hell. And Norton started doing it. And he's going, it's not that bad. You get to do a half hour. During the week, you stay sharp, because Jim was one of those guys who, wasn't trying to be the city guy, was doing both. Mm-hmm. So I was like, that's a good point. So I started coming down, then Corielli, then Sherrod, and then all of a sudden there was a good moment for those guys in like the mid 2000s, early mid-2000s, where they actually had a lot of young blood in there.
Yeah, I do remember when you used to go to
every
Dangerfield
night.
every night.
Dude,
Yeah.
I used to do 4
rounds.
spots. 7 spots. I would do fucking on Friday. I would do 3 Dangerfields, 3 Cellar. And on Saturday, I would do 3 Dangerfields and 4 Cellar. That's how I paid my rent for years.
Wow.
Doing for years.
Yeah.
For years, yeah, man. Dangerfields was great. You do 30 minutes, you work on your fucking
I remember
act.
Patrice breaking your balls. He said, I just came back from Dangerfield. He goes, who'd you go on after? Ruth Buzzy?
Fucking Patrice.
Which was, out of all the references, it was just the best one. It was the funniest one.
How was it? How was the club when you did it?
It was actually great. I mean, I went down there. Rogel was down there. It was still cool. It was still cool. But what was funny is you know, I was yelling a joke, as I'm apt to do, because I don't know how to write. And the reverb is still too fucking loud.
Reverb is too loud.
It like echoes.
Oh,
Start
shit.
feeling like you're giving a speech.
I used to love that room, man. It's because it's pitch black. It reminds me of the Comedy Store in L.A. And you have a piano on your right. You would put your drink on there, and you don't see the audience, which I loved because you have
no idea
notes.
how many people are out there.
Dude, you have no idea. You'd hear smatterings of laughter or a full.
Couldn't see their faces.
I loved not seeing them because it forced you to fucking work on your material, and it was great. But then it got to a point where no matter what happened, no matter how much heckling, they wouldn't toss people, and that was like, come on, man. I get it that you got to let the audience, you want them in there. But if someone's fucking ruining the show and you're not going to side with me, I can't go. I can't do it.
But some of the legends who've been in there, like Johnny Carson used to go there before the Tonight Show was out in.
Oh man, in New York.
In New York,
when he was still in New York.
Yeah, no, they had a great story about him getting all hammered and going up the street belligerently, like pushing people out of the way in his car, backing up First Avenue, going, Johnny, come on, get in the car, just going up the whole thing. I actually found a picture the other day on the internet. I can't remember how I got to it. Was when Caddyshack was coming out. There's this great picture of Dangerfield, Ted Knight, Bill Murray, and Chevy Chase all sitting on stage getting ready to promote the movie, and they all still look like they looked
in the movie.
Oh yeah,
man,
Rodney looked like $1 million. Bill and Chevy are young, and Ted Knight had that great head of white hair. Back. They look like, you know, when he's tan, back before skin cancer concerns. So he looked like a movie star, man. It was awesome.
There's pictures of fucking Johnny at the table there. There's pictures of Carson sitting in. There's pictures of everybody.
And they haven't
Red
changed.
Fox.
They haven't changed anything inside.
No, which I kind of like. I
pretty
like
much
that.
the original shit from when those guys were in there.
Those little lampshade things. They've had those. I mean, that's what I love is what a nightclub used to.
Who's that?
Used to look like.
Let me see, Sam.
Like in Goodfellas when they bring the table out with the telephone on it.
I can't. Is that Darren? Is that Darren?
Yeah.
Darren Bavacqua. He's I haven't
Tony's.
seen. He's Tony's son, and Darren. I kind of liked when he ran the club because I remember one time. I think it was Ben Creed got into it. And I haven't seen Darren in years, but I think Ben Creed got into it with an audience member, and it was a big fucking audience member, and. The audience member came out to confront Ben Creed because Ben Creed had said some dumb fucking mother, and the guy said, my mother just died, and he shoved Ben Creed, and fucking Darren, who was not that big a guy, jumped in front of the guy and fucking shoved him back and says, you don't touch my fucking comics, and I would have loved him for that. Like he really defended Ben Creed. Like that made me love Darren forever.
He's also, if you listen to Dice's The Day the Laughter Died, and those the creepiest moments, you hear that one laugh in the back, that's him.
Oh, really?
According to him, yeah, that's what he said.
I think both of those were taped at Dangerfield.
Wonderful. All right, we should break because we got the potential playmates coming in.
All right.
I got
We'll do that next, all right?